Welcome back to White Box After Hours.
Welcome.
I'm Scarlett.
And I'm Cody.
And we are your hosts of the official White Box podcast.
We are. How's your week been, Scar?
It's been good. It's been a bit busy.
It's been crazy times. The last time we checked in with you, we were in LA. So obviously we're not there anymore. We came back and we went straight into sale.
Yes, that's actually what the week's been.
Yes.
I spent my weekend in the warehouse packing everyone's orders that they shopped on the sale. And yeah, just in full Europe prep mode, which when this episode goes live, we'll be on the plane over to Europe, to London.
So excited.
For our first London trip, which is so exciting.
I know. It's really surreal, especially because I used to live in London and I haven't been back since. And now we're going to have the most amazing experience there and a lot more bougie than my life in London when I was 18.
No, I know. It's crazy how when you're younger and then you go like now and it's so different.
Such a different experience. Very different priorities.
I feel like you need to do both in life.
I think so too.
I feel like it's good to go and like figure it out and like just have fun trip when you're young and then go back and experience it different when you're a little bit older and you can enjoy the finer things over there.
It'll be so much fun. And we're going to be taking you guys along for the whole thing, obviously.
And interviewing some fun UK people over there as well, which will be really fun. So yeah.
Lots to come,
tuned.
as always.
But this week's episode, we are doing something a bit fun. We haven't done an episode for a while. First of all, we're sitting here with a stunning Prosecco.
It was needed, I think. For these stories, a Prosecco is definitely needed.
Yeah, it's wine time.
It's a gorgeous Thursday afternoon.
After Hours studio.
Yeah. And we thought, wine, no.
Well, when we started the podcast, we were like, I just got that. When we started, it was like meant to be like after hours vibe, like have a Prosecco, have a drink, have a whatever. And
we never do it.
Went into this weird health kick and we never drank one again.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
On the podcast. Definitely drank a few not on the podcast.
But yeah, we've put out a question box on all our socials asking you all of your dating stories and a few other questions like, is he hot or is he just? I love those things. Those questions. They're so funny.
They're so funny. I'm really excited. And I feel like when we get onto this, who knows what's going to come out? Like the ball's rolling with all these funny stories that we think of. So it could get spicy and interesting in here.
I'm sorry, but I'm not talking about anyone on the podcast anymore. Me and Cody have had a few experiences where we've had people say to us, and like, is this even airing it out? I don't know. Like, what's safe to say out there? But I feel like if someone's listening, they're already too deep.
Yeah.
You know? I had someone say to me that they like wouldn't date someone on a podcast or like don't date her because she's got a podcast. She's going to air you out. And I'm like, I'm not out here like spilling names.
And like, don't do anything that I'm going to talk about on the podcast.
You know what
Maybe
it is?
try that.
Maybe I feel like we're weeding out the people who were just going to do something wrong by you. And like we're only going to get the ones through that aren't worried about the tea being spilled on the podcast because there's no tea.
There's no tea. And also they're secure enough in themselves to not have to worry about it. I feel like those ones, they're just...
Well, if they're a F-boy.
They've got things to worry about.
They've got things to worry about. And then I think that weeds them out for us.
Yeah, bye. We didn't want you anyway. So no airtime for you.
So anyway, onto your stories, not ours.
Yeah.
First of all, first date stories.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's a lot that can go wrong here, so I'm excited.
Took me to get burgers in Bondi. When the bill came, he picked it up and I pulled out my wallet out of courtesy and was like, oh, I'll pay for my half. He was like, that would be great, thanks. It's $35 each. People don't know how expensive it is to have your own business and they just think I'm a business owner that has all this money.
Oh,
$35 either. Like that's like not a big investment for someone to be paying for a first date.
For a first date, I'm like, come on. We've had this conversation on the podcast a few times. Like, it's just nice. If you've asked me on a date, it's a burger, $35. Like, I'll pay for I feel like if I was in that position, I'd be like, don't worry, I've got it. Like, ooh.
I just think it's a bit like, I don't know, it feels a bit icky to split the first date cost.
If it was like really expensive, fair enough, I guess.
But still, they've asked you to go there. They've picked that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like I always like the guy to pick their first date because they're picking what's in their budget. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can pick whatever date you want, you can say, let's go and do a coffee. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one asking to do that. I just think it's a big ask to then, if you have picked somewhere expensive, then to be like, do you want to pay half? Imagine splitting it. Like, can we just split that bill? Thanks.
Oh, I just couldn't do it. It really freaks me out.
I reckon I would be like, don't worry, I've just got it too.
Yeah, just, because it's like power move. Like, no, I'm not splitting the bill with you. And I'm not, nah.
That'd be great. Thanks. $35 each.
That's so scary.
Okay, another one. This guy picks me up to go for a coffee date after weeks of begging to take me out. I get in his car and I'm like, what cafe are we going to? He goes, oh, I don't really have enough money for a coffee, so I thought we would just drive somewhere and sit in my car.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not doing that and I can just pay for coffees. He was like, oh, you're already paying? That's mad.
That's mad. Are you 12? Oh.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, he's telling you all you need to know right there. I think I would be like, you know what? Like, I just don't think.
Driving around in a car that is giving.
It's
young.
giving teenager.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be doing that. I don't know how old this person is. If they're a teenager,
I feel like
fair
it
enough.
is giving young. Maybe this is like a younger.
Yeah. But like, can't afford a coffee? Surely it's like $4.
If you're asking someone on a date to go and get a coffee,
save up those extra $4 and I think you can handle it. Maybe don't spend it all on going out with the boys on the weekend.
Yeah, literally.
And you'll be okay. Oh, I would not know what to do in that situation. I think I'd be so shocked.
I think I would just be like, just drop me home. Like, I don't know what to, I don't know. I guess like what she's done with like offering to pay for coffees. It's an icky one. I hate money situations. I just don't like
awkward.
it. Like,
I know.
I don't like people really. I don't know. I don't want to hear about money and like have to talk about it on a first date.
No, neither. Not a first date.
No.
That's why it's nice if whoever's asked them on the date just covers it because it's really uncomfortable.
You don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like Anyway.
No.
Moving on. All of these are the same things, about the same things.
Can everyone get it together?
Okay. He told me what each samurai sword was used for. Thought he was just going to be a cute lawyer.
What? Samurai sword. What
is a samurai sword? I would just be like, what is it?
Oh, it's kind of cute that he has such a weird hobby. But they're like those Japanese fighting swords. You know, like samurais.
Ah, and he's just going through and she thought he was just going to be a lawyer.
And he's like really into, I mean, good for you that you have a hobby, but like learn
Reciting
some
on the first date.
Some self-awareness.
Learn some self-awareness.
I think it's actually shocking to me the lack of self-awareness that some people have.
No, I know.
I'm like, how do you not realize how you're coming across right now? Or how do you not realize that maybe you've talked about yourself for an hour?
Oh my God. Going on first dates is scary. Have you ever had someone that's just spoken about themselves the whole time?
I have, but mostly because I feel like guys don't ask questions on a first date a lot of the time. And so I'm just asking the questions and they're answering. And I'm like, are you going to ask me back a question?
Learn some social skills as well. Like that's a really simple social skill, isn't it? To ask questions.
Ask questions to keep conversation going. It's not that hard.
No.
That's
not it.
Not the samurai swords. That's not the vibes we're
swords.
after.
Okay, I've got another one. I recently went on a date with a guy who asked to touch my ankles whilst in the cab on the way to the bar, which gave me the ick so badly. As well as halfway through the date, he invited his sister along to the first date and that all three of us should go dancing. I told him that I needed to leave and he said that was so fine and that he was going to book out a karaoke room back in the city and hash out his feelings.
What? I'm so concerned.
Go and hash out his feelings in a karaoke room because she's left the date.
You sing it out, doll. You go for it. I'm going to be all the way over there. Never
What
see
song
you
do you reckon
again.
he's singing? What song? What song is he hashing out?
I reckon maybe some like Shannon Knoll. What about me?
Yeah.
What about me?
It is that. I've had enough
and
now
I want my share. So sorry, don't write that down. Do your own thing.
That's funny.
Okay, let's break that down for a second.
Okay, the ankle to start with. That would have been
weird.
like, can I touch your ankle?
Who?
Asked to touch. Like, weird enough if they're just grabbing your ankle, but being like, can I touch your ankle?
I mean, consent, always great. But for the ankle, like, don't touch my ankle in the first
Can
place.
I kiss you?
Great.
Can I touch your ankle?
Absolutely not. So weird. So weird. And then the sister.
Yeah. What would you do if you're on a date? I don't know, like that, like if the first thing didn't, the sister, I feel like if it was a friend or something, I'd be like, yeah, great. Like if
Sister's weird for a first date.
weird.
It's like meeting the family.
family.
Actually, one guy that I ended up seeing for, here's me telling stories.
You're like, okay, so I'm not talking about any of my own stories.
No, this one's
Actually,
this one's safe.
fun.
One guy that I ended up seeing for a few months, the first night I met him, he was out with his sister and I met his sister and his sister like followed me on Instagram and would reply to all of my stories. And then this guy ended up ghosting me. And his sister would still reply to my stories. I couldn't believe it. It was so uncomfortable. I had to unfollow her.
That's
The sister was obsessed with me, but this guy, unfortunately,
the guy
was
ghosted
not.
you. You know what?
But they always come back, so it's fine.
I used to. They do, don't they?
Yeah.
I used to get so think about it so much when I get ghosted, but now it's just second nature. Like I get
that
ghosted
happens all the time.
but when I get ghosted, I don't even think about it. Like I don't even think until a few days later. Oh, that person didn't reply to me, and then I just make a joke out of it. I'm like, oh, I got ghosted.
Yeah.
Like it's just it happens so.
It
often.
happens. We have to be unbothered queens out here.
I'm in my unbothered vibes.
Yeah. It's good. It's good to get there because you
actually
can't
have
let
to be.
people get to you like that.
It's just giving too much airtime or thought time before. Yeah. Anyway, rambling, but yeah, no.
Don't bring your sister on the date,
and also go to hash out your feelings in a karaoke room.
Like keep that to yourself.
I feel like she figured out the red flags early on. It's giving red flag. It's it's a bit scary.
It is scary.
Okay, we've got another one. I accidentally spat a piece of a burger bun onto a girl's lip on a date. That's quite unfortunate, isn't it? Onto the lip.
Okay, you can come back from that, I think. If you
laugh
handle it correctly, you have to bring it up. You have to bring it up and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Imagine if they didn't bring it up and they're just it's on their lip and you could see it on there.
No, but you would notice.
Yeah.
But if someone didn't bring it up and I had to be like, and they didn't say anything, I'd be like, ew, 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 ick forever, gross.
Yeah.
But if they brought it up and we laughed about it, then that's funny.
Then that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be not bringing it up.
I feel like if something awkward happens on a first date,
you need to talk about it.
You need to talk about it and bond over it and make it a funny thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just so awkward.
I've before dropped my chopsticks on the ground on a first date. I feel like it's and this is actually a toxic trait that I do all the time. I always knock my elbow on my if I have my chopsticks sitting out like that, I always put my arm down and they go like that. And that's happened a few times. You just need to talk about it, don't you? You just need to be like, oh. Do you know what my friend actually did?
What?
Sorry. First date story that she hasn't written in. But she was on a first date and this guy was wearing all white. And she was sitting there. They'd gotten a bottle of wine, red wine.
I see where this is going.
Knocks the entire bottle of glass onto his white pants. And that you'd have to laugh about it.
I feel like if someone did that, you can't be pissed off about it because it's just oh.
Well, that would actually give me the ick the other way around. If they got pissed off, I'd be like,
relax.
I didn't mean to do that. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'll dry clean your pants for you.
Yeah.
No, I won't, but
No, I won't. See you never.
But if something like that comes up, you need to address the situation.
It says a lot about you if you get so freaked out about such little things.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good test. Do something
Yeah,
Don't
maybe
win,
just spill a
see.
bottle of red wine on them and see how they react.
See what they say. Went to the movies with a guy and he asked to split the tickets, drink and food. There's a lot about splitting
No.
on the first date. And I think what we're learning here is if you ask someone out on a first date, just get the bill, especially if it's like a movies or a burger. Like pick what you can afford and pay for it.
Yeah. Please. It
Yeah.
can be any person that asks the other person, but just cover it. It's too awkward to not.
Yeah, like splitting. Like, yeah, do you be like, oh, do you just put that half? Like, even if I was with my friend, I would like, if I was getting them coffee, I would just be like, do you want coffee? Get
Yeah.
the coffee. Or if like, even if you're at dinner, someone pays and then you beam.
Yeah.
Like, it's never like, can we all just split this between? It's just awkward. I don't
So
like it. It's
awkward.
like, if I was out for dinner with my friends, I'd just pay, like whoever would just pay for it and
Yeah.
you'd beam it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have this guy on beam. You know, so you're physically splitting or transferring.
Oh, so awkward.
Or you bringing cash to the date. Do you know what I mean?
No. I think we've learned our lesson. That's done. Okay, our next one is expose something toxic you've done. Scarlett's toxic trait.
Billy Montgomery.
Spilling Montgomery. Anyway, we've got some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't go through my ex's phone because he was out, so I went through his Apple Watch. That is strategic, and I like it.
I have a story about this after.
Really?
Yeah.
Just tell it now.
Someone that I know this actually happened to.
Really?
They were dating someone and they were about to move over to London and they like had a suspicion that they were cheating kind of thing. They were on this European holiday with them and they were laying in the grass like next to them sleeping in a park over in Europe in London. This girl was messaging her friend all the time and it was like she'd obviously changed the name in her phone to another friend. She was messaging all the time and he ended up seeing all these messages being like, oh, like, I don't know, calling each other like sexual names and like saying how much they were into each other. And he was like, that's so weird. Like, that's why she's been kind of off me this whole trip. Anyway, the next day, because she was already living over there, when she went to work, he went through the Apple Watch and found all of these messages that she was cheating on him with her work colleague.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, the Apple Watch is the way to go.
Apple Watch is the way to go because the messages are on there.
Yeah. Sneaky. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
God, I don't know how you could keep that up, but that's
It's a lot. Like, I just don't understand why people don't end a relationship when it's done in your mind. Like, why do you – maybe they're scared of being alone.
It's so – yeah, I think they are. It comes from like a really like hurt, sad person. But like it's just so disrespectful. Like I don't think I could ever do that because I have such a guilty conscience.
No. Yeah, I don't think I could ever like – especially being that deep. It's like obviously that gets in a relationship – I feel like probably more when you're younger where it gets to a stage where you're like over the situation and you like don't know how to get out of it and then there's like little like interests and whatever and then you ended up ending things. But like being in like a serious relationship, I just
so
don't understand.
Mean.
I don't even have time for myself. Imagine having two people.
That's a lot of admin.
Anyway, what's your story?
Oh, right. Yeah. Went through the Apple Watch. I respect it. I feel like we all
Respect the hustle.
I
Respect the hustle.
I do. I feel like we all have a story of when we had to go through someone's phone or someone's Apple Watch in this case. And sometimes it just has to be done.
Have you ever though gone through a phone and not found anything? Do you know what I mean? Like
I have actually.
What? You have?
Yes.
You've gone through a phone and been like, oh, you're actually really good. Really?
Yeah. And you know what? I don't even know why I did it.
See, I feel like you go crazy in situations because you know that something's happening, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, I know that you're doing this and you're hiding it from me. So that's why you look.
You go through, yeah.
But why do you look if there was nothing there?
I don't know.
You wanted to find something. You're like, let him be the problem. Let him be the problem. It's not me.
I wanted to find something.
You're like, what's the easy way out?
Yeah. Turns out
didn't really
it
work
didn't
out
work.
for you.
No.
That's
Anyway.
fine. Anyway, back to this toxic story.
This is a good one. Okay. Lied and said I thought I was pregnant to prevent him from breaking up with me.
Oh,
That
don't know about that
that
one.
is manipulation at its finest.
That's not going to work for long.
It's not. It's not.
It's giving you're in a toxic relationship
Yeah.
and you must.
It's not giving healthy, but I mean, I'd love to know how long
You
you
couldn't
kept
keep
that
that
up
up for long. Like
No.
you'd need, like it wouldn't really work, would it?
No, that would just, I just get anxiety about lying to anyone. I'm like, I can't keep up a lie.
No.
So I don't ever want to. And that's a big lie.
These things are like giving when you're younger though. I feel like when you're younger, like you would do anything to, you think that you're like,
You think this is your
that's
person.
your be
you're
all
never gonna
and end all and
be all and end all.
be all and end all.
That stresses me out for you. But I would love to know how long you kept this up for
You wouldn't, yeah.
and how you got out of it. Because that's, but being like so in love with someone that you'd make up a lie like that, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
they wanted to break up with you.
Is it a love or is it toxic?
Yeah, I think it's like an
giving
obsession.
toxic.
I've messaged girls asking how they know my exes. The answer always upsets me. Ooh.
Wait.
So she's saying that her toxic thing is that she's messaged other girls being like, how do you know my boyfriend?
Oh my God.
I feel like when it gets to that level, it's like you do kind of need to take a look and be like, why? I mean, yeah, okay. She said the answer always upsets her. So there's a reason for her to look. But I just feel like,
when it gets to that stage, it's like, it's just call it quits.
yeah.
I feel like it's such a big lesson, isn't it? To like actually do it. And it's so hard when you're in this situation. But if you are actually, you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't even be thinking about the ex. You should just be happy.
I know. But if they're like giving you a reason to think that, and then I think this is only okay if you've had multiple conversations with them and they're like gaslighting you and you have literal evidence of someone else.
Yeah.
And you
to
can
get yourself out of it as well.
Yeah.
Like to be like, okay, I need
because you want to know what actually
hard
happened.
evidence for me to like walk away kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's no reason and you're just like spiraling about it, I just feel like leave the other girls out of it. Like they haven't done anything wrong. And I feel like it's really hard, and I do understand it, but when girls are like really hyperfixated on their boyfriend's exes, I'm like, relax. Like they broke up for a reason. You don't have to care about the ex. Like that has nothing to do with you.
No, I wouldn't be
I
like
just
that
don't think
either
I'd be
though.
like that.
When I date someone, I'm not going back and looking at, you don't really do that. It's just like, I feel like it is quite a toxic thing to do. Like you don't want to know about their ex. I feel like obviously you'll have like one little stalk and you'll be like, oh, this is the person that they've dated before if you're getting interested in someone potentially.
Yeah, it's like, do they look like me? Do they have a type? But that's kind of the
like,
extent of it.
You're not going to be going and being like obsessed with this person and like they're with you for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's like
back yourself. Don't think about that. But yeah, I do get it if there's something shady going on. Okay, next one. I forced my ex to give me his location and logins to all of his social media and email.
Oh.
Email. Okay, that, yeah. You shouldn't really feel like you have to do that.
Yeah, no.
But like,
It's giving toxic. We asked for toxic and that is giving
that is
toxic.
And I hope that you're not seeing the information that you're clearly looking for, because that is a
know.
lot. That's a lot of admin to go through with
But
emails.
if they're giving that to you, surely they've got nothing to hide unless they've got like a fake account or something.
That is a lot. I would be running. It's such an invasion of privacy because it's like, even I know that I have nothing to hide, but you shouldn't be looking through all of my messages. Like you shouldn't know everything that I'm saying and doing. I don't know. That's so weird to me.
Yeah, no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
It's giving it toxic.
Toxic.
Our next one was, what is the worst breakup message that you've gotten from a situationship?
Ugh.
Copied the lyrics from Let It Burn, Usher.
No. That is getting crafty.
That is like, have they Googled that? You know?
That is so weird. Why would you do that?
It's going to burn for me to say this, but it's coming from my heart. It's been coming a long time, but we've been full apart. Really want this to work out, but I don't think you're going to change. I do, but you don't. Think it's best for us to go our separate ways. Tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurting, baby. I ain't happy, baby.
Honestly, that's a really great breakup message.
It's
I actually
creative.
would not be mad at that.
It's creative.
I think I would actually kind of laugh about it and
Yeah.
respect it.
Respect the creativity.
Yeah. Maybe we should try this out and see how it goes.
I mean, I wrote a breakup message and it's a good feeling. I like it. Just clearing it all out.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do rather than
Yeah.
ghosting. I'll always
Yeah,
send a message.
Same. Anyway, next time we're copying lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. After speaking with my parents, I think I'm not ready for a relationship. Keep killing it though. Oh, that is rough.
After speaking with my parents.
After speaking with my parents, I think I'm not ready for a relationship. Keep killing it though.
I'm so concerned for
Keep
people.
killing it though.
Keep killing it though. I'm so concerned.
Keep
It's
killing it,
giving
though.
like mummy's boy, and that's all I needed to know.
Oh.
After speaking with my parents, he's like, "Mum, I need to have a talk about this." And
Do you
she,
think I'm ready for a girlfriend?
that's gross.
Yeah, it's like approval from the parents. No, that's, yeah, like if you're still
You're an
asking that,
adult.
you've said enough and I don't actually, you keep killing it.
My friend had a really funny one like a few months ago. I think she went on like 3 dates with this guy. And he goes, it was something like, "It's been really nice getting to know you, but I've actually like just found the love of my life. So good luck with everything."
Wait, didn't he say another girl's in the...
Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah. He said, "Another girl is in the process of stealing my heart." All the best, though. I actually
Too
can't.
much. That one gets me every time.
Another girl's in the process of stealing my heart.
My friend sent a breakup message recently and it's so funny. I feel like what you get back from them because it like does bruise the ego a little bit. I feel like that's a whole nother conversation, like when you send it trying to be like not ghosting and what they say back. So this girl, she'd been talking to this guy for like quite a few weeks, like seeing him like regularly. And she goes like, "Sorry, I'm just like not feeling it, blah, 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 blah." And he goes, "Thanks." Said her name, but spelt it wrong.
He's done that on purpose.
He completely spelled the name wrong.
That's so
And I'm like,
embarrassing.
you're just like, you've gotten your ego hurt and you've like had to reply like that.
Oh, what a loser.
It's so funny.
It says a lot about you, how you respond to something like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe if I've said something to you, like I don't know what I would have said. I'm not ready to date right now. And you respond badly, I'm cutting you off for life. But if you respond well
Yeah.
and then I turn around and I'm like actually in a spot where I'm ready to date, maybe I'll come back around. I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
So handle it well.
It says a lot, like what they respond
100%.
and how they react in that situation.
And honestly, if I'm not into it and they respond badly, I'm like, that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I have the ick forever.
Yes. And it's like, I actually just realized what you were like through that. So like, that's great. Thank you. Moving on.
Yeah.
What is your go-to breakup message? Is it saying that you're not ready for it?
No. Well, if I am in that position, then yeah. But most of the time, it's just that I didn't really feel a spark here.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's been, I think
like
you're
it.
a really good person and it's been really fun getting to know you, but just don't think it's going to
We're
work.
here for the honesty. I feel like I would rather that. I would rather know that. The honesty. We're here for that.
Because most of the time, they're probably not feeling it either.
If you're not feeling a spark, they're not feeling this
Well,
spark.
you're not giving vibes, so it can't be like they might be attracted to you. You might be attracted to them, but if there's nothing going on, it's like, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. Next one is wild breakup stories. And there's a lot to work with here. This is
Yes.
like, there's a lot that's gone on. How you break up with someone says a lot about you. So we'll see. My ex broke up with me for being too nice.
Oh,
Oh.
like that's what his reason was. Like, you're too nice for me to date you.
I mean, that's giving he needs therapy.
It's giving book yourself a therapy session, doll.
It's giving serious issues. Like, that's
people
not.
are so weird.
People are so weird. You're too nice. Oh, okay. To be fair, I feel like we say that to each other sometimes if they're like, but not in a way of like too nice, just like maybe a bit boring.
Yeah. Oh, boring. Hot and boring.
I'm boring. But like actual boyfriend?
No way.
No.
People must just get into relationships too fast.
I think people do.
Because why are you breaking up with someone because they're too nice?
No, you should have known that
That they
wasn't
were
the
nice.
person. And it's not the night. It's not nice.
Nah,
That's not the
they're
issue.
lying. They're
Yeah.
making up a reason.
Yeah, that's a lie. Months away from my wedding, he was seeing his best mate's girlfriend, and they were planning a baby. What the hell?
What? Months away
From my
wedding, he was
he, as in like her fiance, was seeing his best
man's
mate's girlfriend,
girlfriend.
and they were planning a baby. What the hell?
I'm trying to follow along. That is wild.
There's so many layers to this. What? See, I don't get how people do these like really horrible things and live with themselves.
Yeah, that's intense.
Like, how could you?
You hear stories about stuff like this, and it's just like, how do you get yourself into that situation?
One of my friends was actually attending a wedding, and she was like fully traveling for it. It was like an overseas wedding, and it got called off a few months beforehand because her boyfriend was sleeping with her best friend, the girl's best
Wild.
friend. They had a full
It's
affair.
too much.
I'm like, how?
How could you do that to your best friend? I'm sorry.
And your
like, we've
partner.
spoken about this. We're like, we wouldn't even like talk to someone that each other has been talking to, let alone your friend's best friend's fiance. Like, that is wild to me.
I feel like it comes from a place of like major jealousy of that person. So you're like, how can I
Ruin their life.
basically? And it might be subconscious, but like you have done the
wild.
thing. It's just, I just can't. I
Wild.
can't. There's so many people that just could have chosen therapy and they chose the worst thing they could ever do.
The lesson of today is choose therapy. Don't ruin your life.
Yeah. Like that is like never come back
Yeah.
from situation. The poor girl. That's horrible.
The last question box that I put out on my story last night is, are they hot or are they just? And I think these are so funny. I feel like we've spoken about them, but I just always love them so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they hot or are they just over 6'4"?
Yeah.
True.
I would argue that over 6 foot is good for me.
Yeah, yeah.
6'4" though, they could get away with anything.
Are they hot or are they just a work colleague? Lol.
I have a friend. I think she's hooked up with every person at her work.
Are they hot or are they just doing the bare minimum?
No. Ew. We do not accept that anymore. anymore.
Are they hot or are they just wearing a good outfit?
That's true.
That's
you.
Is a bit of me. Are they hot or are they just at the airport?
Oh, true. I actually caught a
What?
I caught a flight the other day and I'd convinced myself that someone was hot just because they were on my flight.
Yeah, the airport
And
crush.
he was my airport crush and I was in the line like next to him. No, I was like in the line kind of across from him. And then my friend and I booked our flight separately, so we weren't traveling together. And I sat down and I was literally sitting next to him.
Did
then-
you talk to him?
Yeah, I was like, hey, how are you?
Hey, bye.
But no, once I sat next to him, I was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah, they
we're
were
not
just at the
hot.
airport.
Yeah.
Are they hot at
Yeah,
the airport?
it wore
fair
off.
enough, fair enough, fair enough. Are they hot or are they just asking you questions back?
So true. The bare minimum.
Are they hot or do they just have tattoos? That doesn't really...
Doesn't do it for me.
I don't mind tattoos, but I'm not looking for them, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, like it's not like a...
I think stupid tattoos for me are a bit of a turn off. I'm like, why?
Like a weird potato or something. Like it's always something really random.
Yeah. You know, one that's actually like gets me. Are they hot or are they just nice to my best friend?
That is true.
If someone's nice to my friends,
No, I know.
I'm
That's
like,
a big one.
let's get married.
Yeah. Are they hot or are they just good at cooking?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's my husband.
Yeah. Are they hot or are they just funny?
Yeah, classic. Gets me every time.
Yeah. Are they hot or are they just giving me attention?
I mean, yeah. Are they hot or did they actually just ask me on a date? Oh, it's sad out there, isn't it?
No.
Anyway, we have yapped on.
We are. We're
For-
yappy girls. We're professional yappers.
We are.
We specialize in yapping.
We do. We just sit here. It's pretty great that we get to do this for a job because we're really good at talking to each other and laughing.
We are. Yeah, we are.
Mm.
That's all we do. But
Anyway.
thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for writing in if
Yes.
you sent a story.
Yeah, there
We
were some good
appreciate
stories.
it.
We always
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I hope we weren't too harsh.
No, I don't think so.
We love your toxic behavior. Keep doing it for the
Yeah.
plot.
Stay toxic, queens.
Stay toxic.
As always, make sure you subscribe and download wherever you get your podcast.
And make sure you follow us on White Fox After Hours, Instagram and TikTok for all the BTS content. And we'll see you next week.